Hello, year three. This is your final lesson of this spring term in your computing learning. So for week 6, lesson 4. And we are finishing our work on spreadsheets with a bit of a fun activity where hopefully we can use all of the different learning that we've been looking at over the last few weeks. So without further ado, make sure you've logged yourself onto Purple Mash. And again, we're going to be going into our to calculate system. So I'm going to just share my screen with you now so you can see what we are on. So remember, if you go to your homepage, it might be that I've set this as a to-do, or it might be today, because it's an easy task, you're just going to go onto Tools, and then you're going to go onto the Maths and Handling, the to calculate, the one we've been working on, and launch that app. Once you are in here, just a reminder of what we do and how we set this up. From the very first lesson we did look at this, we want to go to a sheet, and we want to have a blank sheet like this one here, and it will come up like this. Now, remember last week we were looking at advanced tools and setting up advanced areas. That's what we'll need again today. So if you click on this button here at the top, the advanced mode, it will put in the alphabets on the top and the numbers on the side. Okay. Another tool you might want to use today, depending on how you go, is the plus and minus buttons down here. This will allow you to add on extra squares and cells, rows and columns to our sets. Can you see that? I'm adding on extra bits to my page. So I've now got up to J and I've got down to 10. Now, your job today is just like last week where we watched that desert island map. I want you to create your very own version of this. So you are going to create a wonderful world in the pictures and images in front of you. And then you are going to set some challenges for your other people to have a go and see if they can identify where they are from. So for example, if I wanted to create a beautiful beach scene, I could click on these boxes along here and I can change the color using this section here to create a long line of beaches along the bottom there. And perhaps I want to have a pyramid on mine. So I'm just going to finish up a little bit of a line here of my bottom here. I'm going to have a pyramid come up along this side here by clicking on this and having my oranges come up there. And I'm going to create a beautiful pyramid all the way down and along there in my box. Now you can create any image you like. It could be a space themed image. It could be a pyramid like mine. It could be a desert island like the one we looked at last week. It could be completely anything you can come up with in your mind. I can then color in the sky around my boxes here, and I can finish this off a little bit later. I'm just going to give you a basic idea of what you could be doing. So the first things first is to create the basic idea and outline of your image, where your characters and ideas are going to be placed. So once I've just finished up these last few boxes, we'll move on to the next step. If you want to pause me and have a go at creating your own image now first, just by using the cells and by coloring them just like I am on the board here, have a go. I can also drag and use a lot of cells at one go and color them like that there. So you've got those past those elements here. So there I've got my pyramid, and there you can see I've got my elements. Now the next step when you are doing this is to simply go down the bottom here. You can see you've got a picture box. So for example, if I want to have something in the middle of my box here, I can click on this image here, click image, and it will give me a range of options. Now it starts off by giving me options of coins. Can you see those coins down there at the bottom of my page? But I can set the image to something else. So for example, if I go into my clip art, I did that a bit quickly. I'm going to do that one more time for you. If I go into this box at the top here, click on that bit there, it will open up some images. So I can pick on anything I like. I could go down and have a look at famous people, flags, dinosaurs, whatever I like. I'm going to get Cleopatra because she seems the kind of person who would be at a pyramid. Click OK, and she has now appeared in the middle of my pyramid. Now, if I want to keep that orange behind her, I can click on this box, go back to orange and make it orange behind her. Now, if you remember last time, there was a key next door which had all the symbols, and that's where we figured out where these things were based. So if I click key in this bit here, I can then put down the images alongside it. So if I go back to my image search, set the image, go back to my image of Cleopatra, click on that again and have her across here, I can then set the example answer of what's going into this box. Now, the way to do this is as follows. Number one, you need to put down the answer of where she is. So for Cleopatra on mine, she is at D3. So I'm going to put D3 in this box. But I want the students to have a question and have a go at finding that answer. So I'm going to cover that up with a question mark, and they'll have to put in the right answer. So if I go to this box on the side here, my up and down arrow box, the tools box, go into the tools here, can you see I've got that question box that we worked with last week down there in that area? If I click on that, it covers the box I was on with a question mark, okay? And that answer is now saved behind it. So if I now click back on that box, say that you've set this and you've saved this off, I can then click on that box and I put in the answer D3 with a capital, and if it's correct, it will turn yellow again. Okay, I'm going to do one more for you, and then you can have a little go at yourselves. So I want to have another object sitting on the top of my pyramid. I am going to go click on that box, D1. I'm then going to go back into my images. I'm going to set an image. I'm going to click on my clip art box. This time I am going to go back to animals at the top here, and I'm going to have this bear sitting on the top with a honey pot. I'm going to have him come and sit on the top of my pyramid. Now, if I want the color behind him still to be blue, I click on him again, go back to my blue, and there he is again. Again, I click down here. I want that same image of a bear eating honey. I click on this, go back in there, put that on there and put it in here. And I again put what he is on. So he is at D1. So I put D1 in that box. Once I'm happy, I've got the correct answer in here. I then click on that box, make sure it's surrounded by that blue. I then go back to my tools here, click on my tools, and I set a question mark above it. I can set the same thing on the top of this one again so that they are both good to go. Okay, now I have got my questions good to go for my image. I would like you for today's lesson to have a bit of fun. Go into your spreadsheet software. Can you create a picture? It could be, as I talked about, a desert island like the first ones. It could be a pyramid like mine, or it could be something of your own wonderful design. Then embed some images onto some of those places and set up a key to identify where they are saved on the cells. Have a go. Once you're finished, if you click the exit button and you save and exit, you can hand this in and share with me your wonderful pieces of learning. I hope that you have really enjoyed our computing sessions this half term and that you've been able to use that spreadsheet software. When we come back after the half term, hopefully we'll be back in school. If not, we'll have some more exciting things for you to get on with. In the meantime, there will be a Purple Mash quiz at the end of this session to make sure that you've really understood all the different things that you can use as part of this software. I hope you have enjoyed it. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye, Year 3.